I have rode this board for over 3 years now. I have paid every cent out of my own wallet on both iterations of the board. It's one of, if not the most well-known boards in the modern e-skate scene, the Atlas series. A board that I actually never thought I'd get my hands on.
Might even be better, like, just compare our boat.
What if he has the Atlas?
Or like a booster board?
Oh, that'd be so good.
Or the X-Way X1 Pro? I don't know.
Well, I think the Atlas has like longer battery life. It goes a lot farther.
Yeah.
It's a lot faster. That thing is like buying a vehicle. I want the Atlas. Atlas, if you're watching this, please send me one. Or no, X-Way, if you're watching this.
Send us a board.
And you want to support like a super tiny microscopic channel.
Like this big, like this big.
It's a very tiny channel. Send us 2 of them, because Leo needs one too.
Even with the 15 plus electric skateboards I've owned, the Atlas has reigned as my main from the moment I got it. And recently, we just finally got its second iteration, the Atlas Pro. Depending on when you're watching this video and what sales are currently going on, you'll probably find yourself spending around $500 more for the Atlas Pro over the Atlas Carbon. Is it worth it? Is the new power the Atlas Pro brings noticeable over the Atlas Carbons? Does the Atlas Pro supply more features that you will actually end up needing and using? Or is the Atlas series overall just overrated? Will I ever stop breaking my bank over this? Find out now on JackHasWifi. The Atlas was the first production board to popularize 4-wheel drive, coming with cool features like tank turning and the versatility to be heavily customized with fenders, motor guards, belt covers, and even the option for 2-wheel drive. Composed fully of carbon fiber, utilizing the most advanced of X-Way's technology and app features, this thing was a monster. I remember getting this plus a bunch of accessories on the side for around $2.4 thousand US. But with the release of the Atlas Pro, the price has obviously dropped. During the most recent holiday sale, the 4-wheel drive was available for about $1,099 and the 2-wheel drive was available for $849. Damn, I was scammed. Not really, that's just how tech works, but this board has served me so well, and it is like a child to me. But it isn't without its faults. Some being things I wish it could do, and some design decisions of X-Way made parts of my experiences a little meh with it. First of all, the insane versatility it was advertised to have. Don't get me wrong, it is very customizable and has a lot of neat options, but some of the accessories were just meh. Either because I feel they should have came pre-installed by default, or I just couldn't install them at all. The motor guards should have been a default piece of pre-installed hardware, I feel. The motors are vital and should be protected. They fixed this with the Atlas Pro, as it thankfully came with the motor guards built on, and a stronger one at that. But the Atlas Carbon did not come with it installed. Now, one that's taken so many hours in life for me, the belt covers. I don't even think these are available for the Pro. I could not install these correctly for the life of me. I tried with different covers for different pulley sizes and did everything in my power to try and make these go on. There were these 2 holes that would just never align properly, and I wasn't even the only person with this issue. Everywhere I posted about this issue, returned several people who had the same problem. I don't know if they were just all doing it wrong, or I don't know, X-Way's tutorial video just made it look so easy. Were we working with the same pieces of hardware? I don't know, but eventually I gave up and didn't even put the screws back in their holes. That's right, I've been riding for over a year with technically 4 missing screws, as I'm very afraid of my belts getting snapped by rocks. I haven't had any issues yet, but I'm very worried about these screws and were they even needed? Everything has stayed intact just fine though, but I don't know if they also just prevented dust and debris from getting inside certain parts. That's what scares me. Also, fenders, which are really convenient in the fact that they also serve as shred light mounts. You can also buy a nice little handle to help you carry around your new military grade tank. Yeah, cause thing is heavy. Its advertised top speed is 27.9 miles per hour, and its advertised top range is between 15 to 34 miles depending on your setup, and weight, and terrain you're riding on, just, you know, all the factors that factor into the range of any board. Its battery capacity is 518 watt hours, and its peak power output is 2016 watts on 2-wheel drive, 3024 watts on 4-wheel drive.
Atlas Pro.
I've had this board for over, I want to say a year now, but honestly, maybe 2 years now. Something like that. It has also served me extremely well. Released alongside it was the Atlas Pro NASA Edition. They only made 100 of these, so first come, first serve. I couldn't afford it. I mean, I could barely afford the 2 boards I got. I had to buy them in payments like I was purchasing a car. Also, since I pre-ordered the Atlas Pro, it came with a cool backpack of almost $200 value. For free. The initial retail price was very similar to that of the Atlas Carbon when it was first released. Unlike the Atlas Carbon, it came pre-installed with motor guards. As for the belt covers, well, I mean, it can't take time and life for me if it doesn't exist, I guess. Out of all the time I've spent riding in the most sketch of places, I haven't gotten anything caught in my belts, even once. So I mean, maybe it's not even needed. It once again comes with fenders, although the way you install these fenders is so much more convenient than how it was installed on the Atlas Carbon. The handles now come with the Atlas Pro, no separate purchase necessary, but you do have to install it yourself. The Atlas Pro comes stock with Xway's new quick precision hubs, which allows for custom colored parts and more convenient tube stuff. Alongside all this, the Atlas Pro comes with support for all the new accessories not compatible with the Atlas Carbon, gear drive, the aux pack, things I'll get into later. The motor barrels are noticeably bigger than the Atlas Carbons. It rocks pretty upgraded stats in general compared to the Atlas Carbon too. The battery capacity is now 701 watt hours and its peak power output is now 3,528 watts and 7,056 watts. Everything leading to it now having a new max speed of 37.2 miles per hour and a new range of 21 to 46 miles depending on your setup. And no, that doesn't even include the extended range you'd get with the aux pack.
Oh, and it's hella bumpy here. 35, 36. Oh, okay. Ooh. Speed wobble.
Quick cut here, you definitely shouldn't push anything over 20 miles per hour without safety gear, which is why Nobledez Tech has been my go-to company for safety gear. On a beast like these, you'll definitely need at least a full face helmet and some pads, so don't play yourself, just gear up. So in terms of comparing these to cars, the Atlas Carbon is a Hellcat, while the Atlas Pro is a demon. They're both amazing boards, and you will need to get used to either of them if you're not coming with previous all-terrain board experience. They both come with Bluetooth app support so you can calibrate their speed and brake curves. If you want to track your ride or have access to more app features, the Atlas Pro uses a different app with more features, but nevertheless, you will find yourself not disappointed with either board. So now the question arises, which board is for you? Is the $500 difference warranted with the extra power and support the Atlas Pro offers? Or should you just get the Atlas Carbon? Or is the Atlas series just overrated?
3, 2, 1. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Well, if the aux pack is something that factors into your decision, Xway has mentioned in multiple ways that they're going to be making an aux pack for the old Atlas Carbon, so you might not be missing out here, but it's been over a year since they said that, and we still haven't gotten it, so I don't know. 1 second. For $500 less, you'll still have a perfect amount of torque and the same exact wheel options that you'd get on the Atlas Pro. Yes, even though the Atlas Carbon doesn't come packaged with the quick release wheels, it still supports them. so you can still buy the pulleys or whatever quick release stuff you need, and you can still use them on there. It comes with a possible future of getting an aux pack, similar to that of the aux pack on the Atlas Pro, and technically has the same accessories as the Atlas Pro, if you get past the fact they're not as convenient to install. But for that extra $500, you'll be getting a guaranteed aux pack support, more conveniency with accessories, not including the belt cover, because you won't get that at all. You get about 10 more miles per hour up top speed, and the possibility for almost double the top range that the Atlas Carbon had. And one accessory you 100% get exclusive access to with the Atlas Pro is gear drive. I haven't personally tried gear drive, but it is said to pack way more torque. I don't own both Atlas boards anymore. I ended up selling the Atlas Carbon to my old friend Leo. This helped me fund getting the Atlas Pro. What is that?
Got the board disassembled. Actually, it's not really that heavy. Like
Really? Just the board alone?
I'm just right now. What I'm holding is the batteries, and they're bringing the.
Wait. Can I see how heavy it is?
Yeah.
Alright. All the weight really comes from the wheels.
Yeah, like there's a lot of weight. I wish I had like a scale to like show you how much it weighs.
This is weird, just holding the deck.
All this parts. I know at first all this looks kind of intimidating, but it's really not that like much stuff. Actually, it's just like the thing that goes on top. Obviously this and the double king pink thing right here. Everything kind of tells you where it goes, where you need the bushings and everything, and the little screws for everything. But it's not that bad. The only bad thing probably gonna be like taking all of this apart, but shouldn't be too hard. It was a pretty good project. I think I was gonna take like about a whole month to do this, but actually it took me like honestly like a day to paint everything and like take everything apart. So I took like everything apart, like basically like all the barrels, everything, these dust covers, like everything, took it apart and painted it.
But believe it or not, despite now being used to the upgraded Atlas Pro, sometimes I still ride my old Atlas Carbon when Leo comes around. And I'm not disappointed. I don't feel like I'm riding something inferior, although it definitely objectively is. I have the same amount of fun on both boards. Sure, I can't ride as long on the Atlas Carbon or as fast, but I still enjoy it. I enjoy both boards heavily. As an e-skate content creator, I've been sent many electric skateboards over the years from different companies. I've tried other people's boards at events such as eSkateCon, but no matter what, I always find myself longing for the Atlas. It reigns as my main board. Even my Meepo Voyager is technically a little faster, and I still go back to my Atlas. I am officially associated with X-Way now as an ambassador, but they're the only company I've bought my boards from with my own money out of pocket. I bought my X-Way boards before X-Way even knew I existed. But as I stated at the beginning of this video, there are other options with similar stats and pricing. I haven't tried much of them, so this is why you should always do your own research and never rely on one person or one video, especially for a purchase this big. So let me list some of the big contenders here for you. Defiant, Propel's Ruckus, Acetec NYX Z3, M-Boards. I haven't had the opportunity to try out these boards in depth myself, so just so you as the viewer can come up with your own opinion, I'm gonna link some pretty good videos showing off these boards in the description. If you do end up choosing the Atlas though, please consider using my discount code. This will give you a small handful of cash off, and it helps me with being able to continue making these kinds of videos. But overall, is the Atlas series overrated? Overhyped? Well, if you look at boards of similar prices, you'll find they all come with pretty similar stats. A lot of it might boil down to preferences though. Like, do some of these boards have decks that are just too wide for what you'd like, or vice versa? Would you prefer a flexi deck and don't like that the Atlas Pro has a pretty solid, stiff carbon fiber deck? Do you have a preference on where the board is manufactured for the sake of post-purchase customer service and shipping speed? Questions like this is why you should always do your own research and don't blindly go with the first YouTube video that appears in front of your eyes. But considering the company behind the Atlas is X-Way, that holds a lot of weight. I'd argue X-Way is one of the top brands in the scene, like the Apple of e-skate. Not to say the other brands aren't equally great, but you know with X-Way you're getting high quality. And they support their boards even pretty far into the future. I've seen a handful of companies completely drop support for certain boards as the years go on and as they release new iterations of those boards. There is a sense of safety with X-Way. The Atlas has been so good to me and has survived a lot of abuse from me. Do I think it's overrated? No. Do I think it's for everyone? Also no. I rarely even use the entire range or speed provided by the Atlas Pro. It's nice to know I can always do more though. And with many options like the aux pack, gear drive, and other accessories, the potential of your investment doesn't end with the board itself.